We are back, and I'm here with David from S-5 on the METALCON Coffee Conversations soundstage, sponsored by New Tech Machinery. I'm so excited. Hello, David.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. It's so good to be back here again.
Yay, it is. I feel like a year has not gone by from last METALCON.
It seems like I was just sitting here with Heidi last year.
I know.
Doing this, and
now
I'm
you're
here
sitting with
it.
mini Heidi.
Now, is that like mini-me?
Yeah,
Okay.
Exactly. So, okay. How has the show been? This is about end of day one. How's the show been, and what are you hearing from people coming to the booth?
Yeah, so I think the show's been very good. There's been a lot of traffic. It seems a little bit more energized to me than it did last year, although
good.
I've spoke to some folks, and some folks were like, oh, it seems smaller than last year.
Oh.
But I think it's bigger.
Yeah.
22 or 24 more.
Yep.
Booths. Folks showing booths. Yeah. So it's been great for S5. We've gotten a chance to see some old friends, as always.
Yay!
So we're excited for the next 2 days.
Yay! Okay, and I got excited and skipped. Can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about S5?
Absolutely. So I'm David with S5.
Yes.
I've worked with S5 for 13 years, Director of Sales. S5 is a metal roof attachment company. For those in the audience that don't know, we make metal roof attachments to attach just about anything, from solar to snow retention, walkways, handrails, anything you stick on a metal roof. That's what we do. So we work with a lot of the folks that are here at METALCON.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so what did you bring me to show the people?
Yeah, so one of the things about S5, and so for your audience who might not know, is we are an innovation company.
Yes,
and
you
we're
are.
Always innovating new products. And so McElroy had come out with a brand new profile that they call the Trap T. It's a larger T profile. So we came out with a custom part called the TXL, extra large T-clamp to fit on this. And what I really wanted to talk about was just about S5 from an innovation standpoint, that we're able to work with all of our metal partners and really create whatever they need for their specific profiles, panels, and we love doing that. Like I said, at heart, we're an innovation company.
Yeah, and it keeps you on your toes, keeps the industry on its toes.
It totally does, and it continues those relationships, some of which we've had for 30, 35 years in the industry. So,
yeah. And that's really what the industry's all about, is friendships, relationships, connections.
Partnership,
Partnerships.
Totally agree with you.
Exactly.
I couldn't agree more. It's a small industry, so you really get to know everybody.
You do.
And really that's what S5 is about taking care of our partners. So,
yeah, amazing. Okay, so what are you hearing? What are people asking about when they come into the booth? What are they interested in? Have they heard of you before? I'm sure they have. What's the word of mouth been in the booth?
Yeah, so we participate in a lot of different verticals, including solar.
Yes.
And solar has always been a growing segment for us, and just growing in general.
Yep.
Residential, as many folks who are into solar know, this year residential slowed down a lot. Interest rates had a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
Of course, California and different codes and standards and things that are taking place that have maybe slowed down residential growth a little bit. But the good news is we're seeing growth on the commercial and industrial side. Specifically, we expect to see growth on storage facilities for IT and technology that need to house all of the equipment. And so we expect to see a lot of growth in that next year. And that's a lot of the buzz, even at a show like METALCON, which is traditionally a metal show.
Yeah.
But the other thing we're starting to see with solar is a lot of metal companies, and Heidi and I have talked about this for a few years now. You guys are a great advocate for saying, look, metal contractors should own the metal roof, right?
Yep.
That's been the message. We're starting to see that happen over the last couple of years, where you have a lot of metal companies that are starting to get into solar, and vice versa, solar companies.
Yeah, 2 in 1.
Yeah.
2 for 1.
And I think that's really great for our industry.
Yeah.
I talked about it a little last year. I think that continued partnership between the two industries is really important. The other thing I'm seeing is at traditionally metal shows, I'm seeing more and more solar folks not only attend, but exhibit.
Yep.
One of our partners is going to be exhibiting at a traditionally metal show next year, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
They're a solar racking company.
Oh, cool.
And so I do think that's cool. I think it's great because it introduces folks that wouldn't normally get exposed to some different things, maybe some new ideas.
Yep.
Maybe they want to get into installing solar. So
I think it's smart. They got to keep it up. And I think homeowners and business owners, building owners, they want that. You know, they don't want to work with two different contractors, or they want to work with one company that they trust and know and be able to have them do all aspects of their building.
Well, like you guys have always advocated, the metal roof contractors are the metal roofing experts. Great, you go out, you get an electrician to do it. Is that going to be 100%? No, but I just think it makes both the traditional solar contractor and the traditional metal roofing contractor more valuable. Because they learn new skills, do new things, and they can share best practices, and things get done better on the metal roof, and that metal roof integrity is maintained.
Yeah.
Because people are doing things the right way instead of installing it the wrong way.
Exactly. So. And that's what you want. Okay, so how are you seeing 2025 continuing? It's almost at the end of the year. What do you see in your crystal ball?
Let's take
your crystal pumpkin.
Let's take the crystal pumpkin here and give it a few rubs. You know, depending on and everybody out here knows this, depending on the reports you read and what you see, right? Even with interest rates being what they are,
yeah,
I think next year is going to be a pretty strong year, just because. Again, particularly on the storage facility side and some other segments I can't remember off the top of my head are projected to do really, really well. And S-5 personally is finishing the year strong. I know other companies are finishing the year strong. So I expect that to carry through next year.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens.
That's awesome.
It'll be an interesting ride next year.
Great. I'm sure we'll all be together, experiencing it all together.
Next year at METALCON again, right?
Next year at METALCON. See you at IRE.
Absolutely, we'll see you at IRE, and I'm sure we will talk. I hope we talk at IRE.
I'm sure we will.
I hope I get invited back.
I might have to think about that. Well, David, thank you so much. Where can people learn more about S-5?
So they can go to www.s-5.com, and if they're at the show or in the Atlanta area and want to come down to the show, they can stop by our booth, as well as all the other wonderful booths that are here.
Yes. And booth number, do you know?
I don't.
It's the one that looks like a big house.
Yes, it has a big yellow metal roof.
Okay, it's 1414, 1414, big metal roof. It's beautiful. There's a fireplace. Go check it out. You can also go to metalcoffeeshop.com to the S-5 directory to learn more. And thank you as always.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Everyone stay tuned. We have more live streams coming for the rest of the day, and then we're going to wrap it up. So we'll see you on the next